Hey, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach you the Great Millstone National Camp. Coming back with a quick lesson, and I don't have a title for this lesson as of right now. But this is from Taji Reacts, all right, video that came out, I believe it was like 6 hours ago. And as you see, the title of his video, it says White American or White America waking up to the reality that they lied, or it's like that they lived a lie, and God's punishment is coming for them. But not just for them, it's coming, the Lord is coming for all nations that were against Israel. You know, but starting off with the Edomites, because that's who they really are. And yes, you're going to have Israelites that look like, you know, this race of people. Israel's going to come from all nations. But the greatest deliverance is from here, Babylon, the great land of the north. All right, so I'm going to go right into it. I got the video queued up on my screen. I'm not going to play it on my phone, you know, I don't want no copyright issues, you know, because sometimes you can say Copyright Act and they still try to give you a copyright. So before I even play this video, let's get 2 Thessalonians 1, verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And we are being troubled by the Edomites, you know, and so judgment has to be brought forth upon them. And this is the year. This is the time that we in for them to be judged. So let's play the video. You're going to have this so-called white woman from Australia, you know, going in. And I'm going to stop the video from here and there, you know, and then close the lesson out. It's not going to be a long lesson, all right?
We're the problem throughout history. It's us. We've just been brainwashed to think we're the good guys, but we're not. Who invades all the other countries? Who steals other people's lands? And no, I don't have self-loathing or collective guilt. It's just a realization that we've been brainwashed and the world's slowly waking up.
There's no way to escape the consequences. Okay, I didn't do this to you. Your ancestors did this to you. Your own ancestors did this to you. Your ancestors and your leaders today. Your media today. Your schools today. Like I said, recognizing and acknowledging the reality of what your ancestors really did and what they really were. And yes, who they really worship. Understanding that is just the first layer. And as soon as someone accepts this reality, that layer, they just accept that. Then they'll jump immediately to, well, how do we make a change? I'm not like my ancestors. Isn't that good enough? How do we make a change so that we can avoid these negative consequences? Because they haven't accepted that second layer, that most important second layer, which is that the consequences cannot be avoided, cannot be evaded, cannot be resisted, and cannot be divided.
Yeah, and so going back to what she said at the beginning, the woman that stated, you know, she comes to the realization they're the ones that steal lands and so forth. So this is Micah 2, and I'm going to start at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's what they've done. And they're continuing to do that even till this day, you know. And then 2, let me get that numbers real quick. Let's get this numbers. And really, this was for a decree for the Israelites not to do, you know, which we've done that. But 2, you know, scriptures are twofold. So this also is going into, you know, Esau, Edom. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And so Esau, blood's gonna have to be shed, you know, and because he don't hate blood, like how it says in Ezekiel. Give me 1 second. Ezekiel 30, I believe it's 35. Yeah, and it says vengeance on Edom. So let's get the main point that I want. Let's see. Let's start at 4. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I'm the Lord. Because thou hast said, no, not Slacky, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, which is a continual hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And hell, even after the time of hardcore slavery, you kept the punishment going. You know, after the so-called emancipation, you had you continued the punishment. You didn't let us get home loans, you know, you redlined and all that shit. The justice system, patty rollers, you know, now you have your police and what they're doing, patrolling the poor neighborhoods of so-called blacks, Latinos, you know, and even Native Americans. You put them on reservations. Those are Israelites, the Native Americans, the Latinos, Hispanics. You know, you took part of their land, which is California, New Mexico, Texas. That's what you've done. You know, the Native Americans, bullshit treaties. You took like how we read that Micah 2. That's what you've done. You worked evil upon your bed while you're at rest. You're thinking of evil ways and evil plots, even till this day. Jacob's trouble. What is that about? You see? It says, verse 6, therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So we're in the time of blood is going to pursue you, and it's happening.
The punishment is already underway in America. And like I said, at least one element of that punishment is madness. This is the toll of your history. That's what this is. This is the devil taking his due. Don't you know your own folklore? Don't you know about the devil taking payment in the form of your progeny? Those stories don't come out of nowhere. It's the story of your so-called civilization.
Yep, it's the story of your so-called civilization. And so, hey, let me get this one precept. All right, so right here, Salaki, give me 1 second. I'm getting Jeremiah 16 and 19. Give me 1 second. All right, this is Jeremiah 16 and 19. And it says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there's no profit. And so really this is going into, the Israelite foreigners going in, saying this, because our people have inherited lies also, but it's not to the extent that the Edomites and the other nations have done this. And so that's what you have. You have Edomites confessing that, everything that they taught is racism. It's a lie, and they lived on that lie for a long time. And then too, the system that was set up against so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, is hurting them now. And what's that in Galatians? Because you're going to pay for what your father done. Your father have done, because you are your forefather. We paid for what our forefathers have done. So you got to drink of that cup too. Give me 1 second. You have to go through that. All right, give me 1 second because I got to find it. I believe it's Galatians 6. Yeah, Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So what your forefathers have sown, you're going to reap of that. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will raise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, says the Lord. And so this Babylon is going into America. That's what's going to happen. So the seed line of the Edomites will be cut off. They're not going to conquer the world no more. They're not going to colonize, countries no more. Their position won't be remembered, like how it says in Job. They're going to fly away as a dream and not be found. They're going to serve 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. All nations are going to serve for what, y'all have done to the nation of Israel. And y'all fucking up the earth too, but not to the extent of the Edomite. But y'all following after his ways. Y'all drinking up that cup. So y'all going to be punished too. That's why it says in Isaiah 34, Isaiah 34 and 1, come near ye nations to hear and hearken. Hear and hearken, unto what? The words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh from via his prophets, because y'all got to go through judgment too. It says, let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Right? And so the Lord's going to get rid of your armies, your navies, all that. And so when New Jerusalem come down, because it says, the saints shall take the kingdom, you're going to go right into captivity. Ain't no army going to be fighting against us. It ain't going to be so. Now, when Yahweh returns, because we don't know the order, how it's going to happen, they're going to fight against the Lord and be squashed. That's what's going to happen. So, New Jerusalem's going to come down. The saints shall take the kingdom. The word take goes into violent, uprising, basically. Yeah. This is going to be the new world order. Salaki, I ain't mean to hit that. I'm going to play a little bit more of this video and I'm going to call it.
Your ancestors sold you out for the sake of pomp and splendor in their day. They sold you out so they could sip their mint julep tea on the veranda of some great plantation house in the American South, while human beings were being whipped and being raped and being treated like animals. They sold you out so that they could have steal their land and have their homesteads and their farms and their ranches soaked in the blood of Native Americans. They sold you out so that they could have the minerals and the oil and the gas and the gold and the diamonds from all around the world, from all around the global South, when colonized people were the ones digging those resources out of the earth for them, and then they themselves got buried in those same holes.
Yep. Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says vengeance on Edom and Philistine, or Philistia, right? So those are the Hamites today. Those ain't no Arabs that's over there in the land, Palestine. No, these go into, the ancient Philistines, which are today the Hamites. All right. The so-called Africans, nigga. All right. Revelation 25. Wow. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus said the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon him. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, because Edom got vengeance on us, because they were once in captivity. Now, we didn't treat them like how they treated us. We didn't rape the women, do that homo stuff to them. So that's why the slavery was so bad, because they knew that they was in captivity under King David. Hell, look at the Dark Ages. They were ran out of Europe. Some of them that I guess, but some of them that wasn't able to escape. What you think happened to them? Chains, captivity. And the Lord set it up like that, and it's gonna go right back to that. It says, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord power. So we gonna be laying down them sore strokes based off how the Lord feels, not like how we personally feel ourselves. He gonna have his spirit on us to be vicious, and his spirit was on them and the other nations to be vicious to us, but on the left hand side. You know what I'm saying? So all that wicked shit that they was doing, that was the reason why. The Lord controls evil and good. Satan ain't doing whatever the fuck he want to do. Don't limit the Lord, because that's what a lot of you niggas do, especially in Christianity. I'm gonna keep playing the video.
That was the bargain. That was the deal that your ancestors made. And one thing, so everyone says that America was built on stolen land by stolen labor. Yes, but I'm telling you that there's no such thing as stolen land. There's no such thing as stolen labor. There's only borrowed land. There's borrowed labor, and eventually you're going to have to pay for it. And your payment is coming due.
Yep.
There's no fix. Because when you think about trying to fix things, what you really mean is trying to figure out how to put off the inevitable consequences, and that's not going to happen.
Yep, the inevitable consequence. The inevitable consequence is what you're trying to put off. You think your house is going to continue forever, like I says in the book of Psalms. America's just going to keep thriving. No, the scriptures tell you what's going to happen to America, which is Babylon the Great, and it's going to be burned with fire. So I'm going to read this Revelation. I got to head out. Revelation 13. And the earth is ready. The earth is ready for you niggas to get up out of here. For you Edomites to go. It's a video going around. Of course, we've seen these different animals attacking Edomites. You know who an Edomite is by now. So-called white person. All right. These animals are attacking Edomites. And I seen the bison. Because, we seen the bison attacks a white man video. Fuck them up. Launch his ass into the air. But this Jake was in the car. This is on TikTok. He was in the car. I don't know where they was, but they were surrounded by bison. And the bison walked up to the car, put his head in the car with Jake. And he was comfortable. He stayed right there, right beside Jake, looked at the camera, because, Jake had his camera phone, looked at the phone. He knew that nothing was going to happen to him. And Jake, pet him on the face. And then while they was about to pull off, you know what animals do to show love? They take their head and rub it up against, and he did that to the car. So no, the earth is waiting for the manifestations of the sons of God, which I'm going to close with that. Let's get this Revelation 13 and 9. 10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints are the Israelites, so-called Black, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. You got the Israelite foreigners that have been scattered due to slavery around the world. that's going to come right back to the Lord and believe in his gospel and be saved. Now, Romans 8, matter of fact, Salaki, give me 1 second. All right, so let me get this Romans 8. Let's see. All right, Romans 8, and that's 16. It's give me 1 second. 19. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God." And so the sons of God are about to be manifest, and the whole earth is waiting. The whole earth is going to rejoice when this man is taken out of power. Read Isaiah 14, and it states it in there. The earth is going to rise up against him. That's in Job. That's what's happening, and we're at the end. So, Lord will, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom.